Welcome back to zFairs. Today we're going to help you write an outstanding introduction for your competition interview. So stay tuned. Hi, welcome back. I'm going to take you through how to structure your introduction when the judges come up to you and ask about your project. We're going to make it precise and exciting so that they are very intrigued and want to ask more about what's going on. These points come from Emma Ding. She is a former data scientist and she makes YouTube videos to help other scientists. The link for her information is down below. Check her out. What I want to do is introduce to you 4 points of information. The 4 points of information that you're going to include in your introduction are to introduce yourself, talk about your goal, provide some context, and then tell about the impact of your results. First, let's talk about introducing yourself. Let's say that I'm participating in a reflections contest and the theme of the year was going green. I decided to draw a picture of a person transitioning into a plant. All right, so my introduction will first state my name and then will state the name of my project. For example, hi, my name is Sarah and the name of my project is recomposition. Next, you want to state the goal of your project. Why did you do it? What are you trying to achieve? What is the purpose of your project? Make sure you keep it to one sentence. For example, if I'm going to stick with my reflections entry, I'm going to say something to the effect of, I designed this project to show how our bodies themselves can turn green. You don't want to extend farther than that. That will leave the judges a place to ask questions, and then you can elaborate on why you decided to pick the project. Next, let's talk about the context of your introduction. The context is only going to be 2 to 3 sentences at the most. It's going to be a brief summary of what steps you took to achieve your results. Let's go back to my reflections contest. Something I might say for the context portion of my introduction is, I just decided to use such and such media to show this kind of texture or that kind of texture. In addition to that, I really wanted to see the body and how it transformed from flesh to plant. The last piece of information you're going to include in your introduction is the impact. This is the results that you're hoping to get from your project. For example, if I'm going to go back to my reflections contest, I'm going to say something to the effect of, I really feel like I accomplished the goal of showing how our bodies can decompose and become green again. It's really sad that our impact on the world now is to preserve our bodies and use chemicals and other things that don't decompose as well. Now that you know the basic steps of how to create your introduction, I want to go use those same steps to create different introductions for different kinds of competitions. Let's use a writing competition as our first example. My introduction is, hello, my name is Anna, and my research paper is about the first defenders. My goal is, I decided to highlight a forgotten but significant segment of Civil War history. Next, my context. These men showed true patriotism by responding to Lincoln's plea for defense of the nation's capital. There's lots of interesting issues going on during this time, and their journey was a challenge. Now, finally, let's take the impact. I wanted to make sure their story got told so that others can commemorate the contribution that they made to our nation's history. Okay, now let's do a science project. Hello, my name is John. My project is on the effects of cola on your bones. My hypothesis would be that cola would negatively affect the density of bones and in teeth. I took pig bones and teeth I got from a butcher and submerged them in cola for 1 week. I then measured the density of the bones by weight and depth. I found that the cola did actually break down the bone by 1%. Now, why do we have these 4 points of information? Well, the first reason is intrigue. It brings people in. You're telling a story and people get interested and want to know more about your project. The second reason is because you are timed. When you are being judged, the judge only has a certain amount of time on each person. So you want to fill the judge in with as much information as possible in the littlest amount of time. Now that you know this information, where do you go from here? Well, once you create your introduction, you're going to want to practice it. You're going to practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of your parents or your siblings, practice in front of the dog, whatever helps. Getting more used to the way the words flow will help you feel more comfortable in front of the judges. That's all I have for you today. Stay tuned in next time for tips and tricks of how to prepare yourself for questions that are unexpected from the judge and how to keep yourself calm and cool in moments that are intense. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.